Amari said, damn, she for the streets. K. Noir said, this politician little too ghetto for my liking. Nothing says hood like, hey, I'm a grandmama at 36. Our next story is about Lauren Boebert. She's a representative of Colorado. I wanted to talk about this because I don't think her story is really wild or anything like that. I think it's a lady that she is on a verge of divorcing her husband. They said her divorce should be finalized in the next month or so. And she went out on a date.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretched.
She was trying to get her Sukiyana on. She went out on this date with the guy, and this guy and her were acting a damn fool in the theater. They were acting the fool in the theater. I truly hate to have to deliver this news, but it appears Rep. Lauren Boebert of Colorado has not been honest with us. This is from Chris Hayes. They felt like this should be on MSNBC. Now, let me say this. This is a disclaimer. I feel if you are in a position of some type of political power, you do have to answer to the American people. In the American people which you serve. So district in Colorado, that's the people who she serves. So I do believe she should carry herself in such a manner where it's a respectable manner, where you shouldn't be called out on stuff like this. And another thing, you affiliate yourself with the Republican Party. Republicans are very conservative. So you should act in a conservative manner. Now, on the fact that she's going out on dates and her divorce is not finalized, well, she's really committing adultery. Am I right? So I think her being out on a date in public with a guy that's not her husband is not against the law, but I think it does kind of tarnish her image. So this made it to the news, MSNBC, because they thought it was newsworthy.
News, but it appears that Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert of Colorado has not been honest with us. Not with the American people, not with her constituents in Colorado. She has lied about what happened to get her ejected from a recent performance of Beetlejuice the musical. Earlier in the week, we brought you this story, first reported by the folks over at the Denver Post. On Sunday evening, the Congresswoman and a male companion were escorted out of a downtown Denver theater, quote, accused by venue officials of vaping, singing, recording, and, quote, causing a disturbance during the performance. According to an usher quoted in the theater's incident report, the patrons said they would not leave. I told them I would be going to get the Denver police. They said, go get them. Now, the Congresswoman seriously downplayed the situation after this news broke, posting she, quote, pleads guilty to laughing and singing too loud, hand covering mouth emoji. Her campaign manager took it even further, confirming that he called the stunning and salacious rumors that Boebert is indeed a supporter of the performing arts gasp who enthusiastically enjoyed the performance. Well, thanks to the good folks at 9 News in Denver, we now have the security footage from inside that theater. Take a look at their investigation into what really happened.
Boebert. Say it 3 times and she appears in security video from a weekend performance of Beetlejuice, where the Congresswoman was kicked out of the theater for being disruptive. The DCPA says she was vaping. Boebert's team denied that, said the haze was from fog machines in the show. That claim goes up in smoke when you see the video. The pregnant woman sitting behind Boebert told the Denver Post she asked her to stop vaping, and Boebert refused. Her one-woman show continued, taking flash photos, raising her hands and dancing, often the only one clapping or standing up in the crowd. Boebert occasionally took a break from being disruptive to enjoy the company of her male companion. He briefly had a grasp on the situation before ushers returned and told Boebert she had to leave. The theater's incident report says Boebert pulled the "Don't you know who I am" card on the way out, giving theater employees the single-finger salute.
Boebert went out on a date and she was getting frisky. Is it a crime? If she was vaping, maybe she was vaping weed. People didn't like her vaping, so she should have just stopped. You know, somebody confronts you, I don't want to be around your vape smoke. Don't vape around me. And I'm pretty sure they can't vape in closed areas. But anyway, K. Noir said these politicians need to be randomly drug tested. just a little bit about Lauren Boebert. She is 36, and she's a grandmother already. So Boebert, she has 4 kids, and her son knocked somebody up. Her 17-year-old son is now a father to a baby boy. In an interview about her spat with Marjorie Taylor Greene, she revealed Thursday that she had became a grandmother at 36. Now, between her and Marjorie Taylor Greene, the two MAGA darlings got into a tiff on the House floor, with Greene calling Boebert a little Bia. And so she told Sean that I do not put my life on pause and leave my 4 boys and now my grandson to come here and just get in spats with people. I came here to legislate and to be effective for Coloradans who are suffering from Democratic policies. Marjorie is not my enemy. Joe Biden's policy, the Democrats, that is my enemy that I am combating right now. In March, Boebert revealed that her 17-year-old son, Tyler, had impregnated his girlfriend and they was expecting. Like I said, she's resembling all the traits of, okay, now you're going to be a divorcee. That's not really Republican. That's not really conservative. Y'all can figure something out to work something out with that, your marriage, and you got 4 kids by this man. Then your son, what kind of parenting are you guys doing? You allow your son to get somebody pregnant at 17. I just don't understand that. That's not really conservative. Like what kind of life are you leading? And then you guys, I got one more for you. The guy that she went out on a date with, he's a damn Democrat. He's a Democrat. He's a bar owner of some pub, and they said he's a Democrat. So Lauren Boebert finally apologizes for her sleazy behavior. They got her kicked out of the Beetlejuice musical. Of all plays that you could get kicked out, you get kicked out on Beetlejuice. Oh, let's go see Beetlejuice. And that's like a movie that gets you going. Oh, yeah, I feel sexy. Let's go see Beetlejuice. But anyway, she probably was high. That's the problem. She probably was drinking and she probably was high. And she's blaming anxiety and her divorce as viewers slammed her over following footage. I'm laughing because it's just, of all stuff, you can get caught up. Amari said, damn, she for the streets. K. Noir said, this politician little too ghetto for my liking. Exactly. Nothing says hood like, hey, I'm a grandmama at 36. You a 36-year-old grandma. I can't stop from laughing. I'm crying. And you out there getting aroused by Beetlejuice. You left your man, you got 4 kids by your man, you left him or y'all split. Then you went out on this date, got high and drunk, and out there fondling each other over Beetlejuice. And then your son, 17-year-old, gonna make a baby, contributing to this illegitimate society. Anyway, Matt Torrance says MSNBC is a joke. It is, because this really wasn't no news, but it's kind of funny. It's some funny news. Where am I at? Okay, so it says Republican firebrand Lauren Boebert has finally apologized for her sleazy behavior during a trip to see Beetlejuice, the musical, at the Denver theater. And this is her statement. The past few days have been difficult and humbling, and I'm sorry for the unwanted attention my Sunday evening in Denver has brought to the community. While none of my actions or words as a private citizen that night were no, you can't do that, Lauren. You're never a private citizen. You can't put on the representative cloth and say, hey, I'm a public citizen, and then take the cloth off at nighttime. That's not how this works. You are elected official, okay? So while none of my actions or words as a private citizen that night were intended to be malicious or meant to cause harm, the reality is they did, and I regret that. But you're not a private citizen. You're only a private citizen is when you're not reelected or you decide not to run again. There's no perfect blueprint for going through a public and difficult divorce, which over the past few months has made for a challenging personal time for me and my entire family. I try to handle it with strength and grace as best as I can, but I simply fell short of my values on Sunday. That's unacceptable, and I'm sorry. Whether it was the excitement of seeing a much anticipated production or natural anxiety of being in a new environment, just keep it short. Don't make this long excuse of why you was vaping and smoking weed in public. Stop it. I genuinely do not recall vaping that evening because probably you was inebriated. And when I discussed that night events with my campaign team while confirming my enthusiasm for the musical, regardless of my belief, it's clear now that was was not accurate. It was not my or my campaign intention to mislead, but we do understand the nature of how this looks. We know we will have to work to earn your trust back, and it may not happen overnight, but we will do. I'm deeply thankful to those in the 3rd District who have defended me and reached out this week and offered grace and support. I've learned some humbling lessons these past few days, and I vow moving forward, I will make you proud. Like I said, she probably was drinking. Weed don't make you act like that. Just alcohol makes you act extreme. Now, I mean, and then she apologized, but Lauren needs to like really look into her life and see what's going on, because I think it's kind of weird that you're a Republican and you're going to date a Democrat, and then you're a conservative, very conservative, and you didn't keep your marriage together. This is her boyfriend though. He's an Aspen bar owner, and they've been dating for several months. He's a divorced father of a 60-year-old son. They've been secretly dating. You got a lot of stuff going on. You a grandmama, you getting a divorce, you going out drunk and getting fondled on. Like, what's going on? And you possibly got a weed problem. Like, what's going on? You addicted to drugs, the ganja.